Tuesday with a difference, and welcome to the third day in the month of September 2024. I love the fact that September is already running with rays, and I know a lot of parents, their hearts are panicking. Just calm down, it's going to be a wonderful one. Yes, this is Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. The schools are resuming next week, whether you like it or not. Finally, the 1 month plus holiday is over. And I woke up to a very long list of demands. I was like, hey, just hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. I said, go and submit it to God, just go. So I can understand a lot of parents this morning and this weekend there will be a lot of panic buying, the markets are going to be a bit loud, trying to pick one or two things for the kids. But what am I saying this morning? Just calm down. Everything will take shape one step at a time. We said it on the show. If you know that their school shoes is still good, their lunch bag, just wash it, fix it, and they will use it again. At the end of the day, it's just for them to be alright, Yeah, everybody's going to be fine. My name is Princess Joy Eyo Abu, and if this is the first time of seeing these beautiful faces, this is Family and Values. Family and Values is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with relationship, your relationship, my relationship. It's our little fellowship. Yes, I'm saying we because I'm not here alone. And those controversial topics that you don't like talking about, it on the show we dissect. Yesterday we had a very wonderful topic, and after the show, when I got someone said, I watched you online for the first time and I love that topic. It hits me. Now you see, those reviews is what keep us going here on Family and Value. Like I used to say, the madman out there belongs to a family. So be kind. Everybody's a product of a family, whether you like it or not. By extended, you are a product of a family. We like celebrating when somebody is making, that's my brother, that's my uncle. It starts from the little things you do to build that family. Check up on one another. This is not the period where you keep everybody at our base. Try your best. Check up, send message, good morning, how are you, Don't wait until there's an emergency before you start checking up on one another. Most people won't respond to you, but when you build that relationship, you definitely yield results. That's my message to you this morning. It's Tuesday with a difference, and we have our own very beautiful Mama Gen Z. We know her as Lori, but I call her Mama Gen Z for a reason. It's personal to me. Just leave that one to me. And today she came with a touch of black, just calming it down, and cooling the tension on a Tuesday. Good morning, welcome to the show.
A beautiful morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
You are Joy. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? This one you're just calm like this. What's happening now?
I don't know. I just woke up on the side of the bed this morning
Looking calm, cool.
I look at the situations around me. Nigeria, Lagos.
The constant demand. Take that breath.
Every new day is a new chapter of life. Every new day is a new chapter of life. And because it's a new chapter of life, how do you envisage your life as you wake up this morning? Even if you've not taken a bold step. Like, I remember there was a time I sent a message. I said, what if I am not going out? Okay, so if you decide to stay at home, what is the new chapter of life you're inviting? You're grabbing, you grasp it, you are embracing, and you are holding on to this morning. You need to check it. It has to be positive. See, every day is not about, we smile, we laugh, and we look at things around us. We want to make things look like it is, it is well, yes. But in the point and then the message of being it is well, you need to also look at your well-being, your state of mind. It's very important. You heard that children are resuming, and a lot of people will be pondering, blood pressure going up. That's not going to settle the bills, I tell you. It's not going to settle it. You just need to be intentional that I have been saving for 5,000 before now, and you maybe more 1,000 before now. Yeah, those little drops, they make a large amount at the end of the day. In the course of that 1 month plus, if you have been dropping something, maybe alone, single parenting, or you are with your wife and your husband. Yeah, if you have been dropping little dice here and there, I tell you, by the time those children are resuming to amount to something. So you can just drop that one and tell them in school, we'll look forward to giving you another one by the time. But many of us didn't have the opportunity when we're nursing our children. Yes, we never had it because, we want to pay everything back. But now you have instrumental payments. You have discounts in some schools, because they want to make it easier. They want you to pay something at least for teachers or school to run. God will make that provision. God will make it happen. And on that note, even as you start your own chapter of today, I pray it's going to be a perfect one for you. Perfect. The road is kind of empty because many vehicles are waiting on a queue at filling stations. Many are even fighting to get a space to queue. And even at the bus stops. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyone who loves me should please dash me a car. On that note, my name is Remain Olori Adejoke and David, and my friends call me Olori AJ. It's not that I cannot afford to buy a car, but I need a car for me. I don't know whether Joy said,
of course, I need a car. Who doesn't need a one? It's
not
a car.
Many people, you see them on the road, they didn't buy that car.
You know the one thing about life is when you've tested life on this other side, once you've driven and then you now see yourself, anybody that gives you something, you say, it's not your fault now. No, because I was driving. If I was driving, you do this,
So it's one of those things.
So it's one of those things. Okay, yes, we would rush and go into the business of the day because today's Tuesday is going to be with a serious difference. We have a very serious conversation at hand, and I guess is already handsomely seated in the studio to join this conversation. He is the second house captain of this fellowship. Let's go on a mini picture. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. If you're just joining us, like we used to say, you've not missed anything because we are starting our conversation proper. This is a very serious topic we need to search light into. And we've talked about parenting, single parenting, co-parenting, and we've always, dedicated our Tuesdays to single parents. But today, whether you're single, you're married, we're talking about co-parenting because we see a lot of people that are married yet they are not co-parenting. So let's combine this topic and then let's have a conversation on it because we've seen a lot on the internet, and it's not friendly at all. It's not encouraging. So let's talk about it. Yes, we know we've talked a lot about parenting, but this is different, and I would love you to sit back and have this deep conversation with us to have a rethink. We are streaming across all our social media platforms. Download the Galaxy mobile app. Go to Facebook right now. We are streaming live wherever you go. We are there with you. And before we went on that break, I said our guest is handsomely seated, and he's the second. When you say house captain, yes, because we have some guests that once we call them, they would definitely answer us. That's the kind of fellowship we've had with them. And this morning is a pleasure for me to introduce to you Reverend Michael Lang. Of course, he's not new to us at all. He is a life coach, a marriage and a human resource personnel. I always want to emphasize on that. So I don't feel like no, he is a human resource personnel.
And don't forget, one of those people that look out for us.
Yes, always looking out for
always
social media. Yes, if he's not here, he's there. If he's not live, he is online watching us, and we really appreciate that. And happy marriage anniversary! 24 years is no joke.
Thank you very much.
And it was that day I knew your daddy for the girls. Like the only man in the midst of ladies. How did they treat you?
Daddies for the girls. When you daddies for the girls, when they get outside,
you definitely
you will think they are kind of taking advantage of you. No, it's because the way they
handle those girls fragile.
Is what they will carry when they see a woman or a lady outside. There was a time I had somebody who is very close to my daughter, and I'm like, what's this person? This person, no, now you are only my friend. And the way you talk, but deep down, and I realized, wow, it's because he has girls. Girls. So he's always very
subtle and gentle.
He will take everything that has to do with her very seriously. You know, so when you see
Thank you very much, Dr. I appreciate it.
How has business and Nigerian?
Oh, well, we thank we are all in this nation. So we are coping. God is our supply.
That's what I said this way. I said Nigeria. It shall be well.
Okay, so today we are discussing building a positive co-parenting relationship. And I said it, I said co-parenting has nothing to do whether you're just a single mom, a single dad, or a solo parent. Even as husband and wife, there is need for co-parenting. Yes. I know of someone that is married but is not. They've not had a romantic relationship and they are just co-parenting their kids. Yes, their husband and wives.
Wow.
Yes, their husband and wives. Yes. But there's no romantic. In fact, leaving everything, but they are just. When she told me her story, I was like,
it's possible.
Is they from different relationships?
No, they got married, everything, but they just got to that point where we are done. There is not going to be a romantic relationship between us.
Just business.
We are just co-parenting. You come, I cook. You know, everybody. The day she opened up to me, I was like, things are happening.
That's really interesting.
So they don't want to go the other way.
That's very interesting because of the child.
But now let me ask. I won't say what is co-parenting, but let me ask this question: what are the benefits of co-parenting in the life of the children? I just gave you a very typical example because this lady feels like divorce will have a different toll on the children, so they just had that person. So it's just them. The public is still saying, but both of them. So what are the benefits of that kind of co-parenting on the children?
Okay, thank you very much, Joy, and I'm glad to be here, and greetings to everyone, our viewers. Okay, it's a very, very important topic we are looking at today. Co-parenting relationship, positive anyway. It has great benefits when two parties are taken care of or have their own quota contributing to raising a child. Like you've said, it's not compulsory all the time that it's in the same house, like married. They can be divorced or separated, whichever way, but you know, having time for the children is very key, because the truth is that children are given to us by God, and so we have the responsibility to nurture them and to bring them up in the way they should go. That's what the scripture tells us, that you should bring up a child the way you can. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. And so psychologically and entirely, it helps the child to develop and to grow in love, knowing how to share love, knowing how to give love, because it's that balance. It is not one-sided. It's not just the man, it's not just the woman, it's both of them contributing their quota to help the child become very solid, become very confident, and become very bold in the community and society in which we find ourselves today. Helping the child to be able to get into the community or the society, to be somebody that everyone will say, well, thank God for your parents, they did a good job. And the nation at large will benefit from such kind of child, because we have two people contributing their quota, helping the child to understand who the feminine is, who the masculine is, knowing how to treat the lady, know how to look like the example you gave now, knowing how to treat the lady, know how to treat the guy. The child learns all these things, seeing parents respond to one another, see the way they relate when they go out. It helps the child to grow up and develop in a balanced way.
It helps the child to grow up and, you know, come out balanced in the society. But I'm looking at the scenario she just painted. Husband and wife, I want to believe they're not staying together
in the same house.
Wow.
That's going to be a very...
It's a tough reason. It's a long call. It's a tough.
Very tough. I will say tough because, number one, that doesn't mean that the father or the mother, but the couple as a whole, even though they're trying to go their separate ways, it will not be easy for them to go separately than for them to be in the same house. and nurture this child, because I'm not seeing a healthy
Relationship.
expression of relationship while that child is in the same house. It's not healthy. It is, because there is no way you pretend. Forget children, they see, they can put one and two. They are very inquisitive. So maybe they are giving themselves a test. I will say it's a trial. Sometimes, but normally counselors will say you should go for 3 months.
Yes,
At least,
just give
let's
some
see,
space, yes,
some
space.
space, not space in the same house. That space is for you to know whether you miss one another. What are those things you are going to remember regarding your
when you're
partner?
not, yes.
Wherever your heart will long for.
Exactly.
If this person is here and all that. But how do we manage conflict? That's where I'm going with all this thing I'm saying now.
Yes.
So you are likely to have like 2 or 3 questions in one of what I'm going to ask you. Now, how do we manage this kind of conflict to avoid the child, getting into any form of harm or disorientated mental psychology, mental health, like that? How do we manage this?
Okay, now to the picture she painted, it's not impossible. The thing there is that if we have understanding and we have love, the love now, platonic love, it's not a romantic love. There is that kind of platonic love. People just love you for who you are. They don't have any romantic thing towards you, no attachment. They just love you as a person. That is very, very possible. So it's very possible we have that kind of scenario and that child is there. But where the concern lies is the pretense. If they've not come down to tell the child this is what is happening, it's dangerous. Because the day the child finds out, what the child now begins to say, so you guys are phony, you are fake. And it begins to give him a different orientation on how people, he doesn't believe people anymore. He chooses not to believe people. Because I've stayed with these 2 guys who pretended to be married, pretended to be, but they are not together. Like you said, children are very, very sensitive, especially these Gen Zs and the millennials. They are very, very sensitive. They sense things before you know it. So it's good in that kind of scenario that the children involved are made to be aware. Let them have an understanding of what is going on. We are going to have a co-parenting relationship. We are not together as spouse, husband and wife anymore. But look, you are the center of our focus. We are concerned about you. If that kind of conversation is gotten, maybe they have that kind of conversation, their child is there. Make the child to see and to understand you are the reason why we need to make this relationship work. Because in co-parent relationship, there are 3 entities: the father, mother, or the man, the woman, and then the children. So it takes 3 of us to make this co-parent relationship work. And that is why we are here. So if that kind of honest conversation can be gotten, I think that child will understand that, look, these guys are sacrificing for my sake. They don't want to make me suffer, because like you said, psychologically, yes, divorce can really impact the children. It does impact if it's not done properly. So once the child is made to understand this is what is happening and you are the center of our focus, we are more concerned about you. Don't want what happened to others or happened to us to happen to you. So that is why we are here, to make sure to get the best of both worlds. Even though we are not living as father and mother or living in the same house as a married couple, but we'll make sure that our attention is drawn to you. Because the truth is that parenting is not easy. It's sacrificial, and it is spelled W-O-R-K, work. It is serious work. It's not meant for the lazy. It is serious work.
It is serious work, not meant for the lazy ones. Okay, let's go now on the map. We'll be right back. We're still here having the conversation on building a positive co-parenting relationship. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Positive co-parenting relationship, and our guest, our handsome looking guest, all in blue native attire, has been doing justice to the subject. I know you have always bringing out the smarts from our guests. Yes. Now, before we went on that break, Lori was talking about the harm it comes to a child. And I know that, like the scenario I painted, it's possible that there are times there've been heated arguments out of the blues and the child is just lost, and so it's possible that there are a lot of harms. But then, what should be the role of co-parenting, or what role should co-parenting play when it comes to decision making and discipline in the life of the child? Now we know that when it comes to decision making, it's one thing when you say, I'm a single parent, and you know that you're solely responsible. But when you're in a situation of co-parenting, otherwise you need the consent of the other parent. And what if the decision you want to make is not acceptable by the other parent? I've had a situation where a father had to seize the children's passport simply because he was scared that the woman would carry the children
Away.
and travel out without his consent. So now, when it comes to decision making, what role does co-parenting play, especially in the life of the kids? Because it's like they are waving. Dad is saying, go and become a medical doctor. The mom is saying, no, this is what, so but because it's co-parenting and everybody have to put resources together, So what role does it play in decision and discipline too of the child?
Okay, thank you. That's a very, very important question. But when we look at the word co-parenting, it implies we work together. It implies we collaborate. It implies we are a team. So if that understanding is there, that we are a team, it means we will have respect for each other. We will listen to each other with that mindset to understand what the other person is trying to pass across. Because most times people listen to respond. And of course, when you listen to respond, you don't respond well because you're trying to defend yourself. But when you listen to understand, you ask questions. Do you mean this? Do you mean that? Or what are you saying? Now, when it comes to decision making and discipline, both of them have roles to play. The child must know that we are a team. Even though, because we know, yes, we are not perfect, the man is not getting it right. It is not in your place to put him down before the child. Because yes, you might try to prove a point that I know more than you. You're passing a message to that child. The children are seeing and they are looking at you as that. You ought not to have done that. Please, you are adults. You're supposed to have. They know a lot than you think. So it is good when we talk about discipline. Let the parents agree. This is what we are going to do. Maybe a subject arises now, and they seem not to be a way out. You should just say, okay, let's go think about this. So you go behind the scene. The child is not there. Okay, this is what I think. This is what I think. And if there's no headway, can we call it a party? Somebody who is well advanced in this issue that can advise us. Now it's any way can go. But when I must have my say. So no, you are not right. That's where problem starts. But once that understanding is there, that we are working as a team, we are collaborating to make this life that God has given us a better one, then I think it is healthy. It's going to be healthy.
Okay, if it's going to be healthy, how do we help co-parenting, living in the same house, and there's no romantic relationship?
That is a very tough one.
How do we? I see it as
a very tough one.
I see it as can I say who? I see it as treason. Treason to relationship. No, now.
Is that this words you're using?
It's your words is so. They're heavy.
Yeah.
She's feeling it from the depths.
How can the man? You see, if you want to be separated, please be separate. Live separately. Yes. You know why? I will never see my husband, and we are living in the same house. What is the essence of that relationship? Is that not the romantic aspect that makes that relationship a relationship in the first place? That's the originality of relationship.
True.
Because if the two of you are not romantically inclined, there's no way you can bring forth children. There's no way you can fulfill the purpose of the institution of marriage. Yes, you have responsibilities, you have other things, but that comes first. I want to believe God did not make a mistake when He said man and a woman should come together as one. You leave your father and your mother. Why do you need to leave your father and your mother? You cannot continue to kiss and touch and do all those things. I have to leave my glasses. No, I need to. This is family and values. And our values come from those things that is supposed to be, that is supposed to be manifest. Forget whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're watching me this morning. I'm speaking from my heart. I am not happy I'm hearing this. Yes, it's your life. But I want to believe many of us who have husbands who are not with us, or who were once married or separated or divorced, or absentee husband or father, do you think it's easy to be alone? There are times you have to cuddle your pillow, your throw pillow. You know, yes, your children will be sleeping, but there are times you just feel like romantically having your husband or your wife with you. And now you have your husband, you have the wife in the same house, not romantically inclined. You are co-parenting because of the child. Who are you pretending for? To who? To that same child? And you want that child to be mentally okay when he gets to school? Some children will come back home and say, Mommy, someone was asking for my daddy. Where is my dad? I saw my friends. You know, you imagine that one. You are trying to cover up that one to say you are still together. So what is the essence? How do we now, support this kind of scenario that is not supposed to be? Because, hey, the world is coming to an end. You are in the same house, sir. In the same house. You are reverend. In the same house. I will be looking at my husband. I cannot touch him. I cannot feel him.
That's torture.
I cannot hug him.
That's
I cannot do anything. God bless you, sir. See, I cannot walk in the same place with my husband because I like cuddling. I love holding. I want people to know I have somebody next to me.
Yes.
Now I'm with my child, my children. I cannot hold. The man did it. Hello, good morning. The children's school faces. We are paying this amount, and this is what you have to do. And just go. Your hands will not touch each other. See, you are not touching. The other day we were talking about touching.
Yes, it's
my hand. Everybody touching to cause some electrifying emotions romantically.
So,
please, sir, how can we help this?
No, they need help. They need help.
How can we need to call them?
Yes.
How can we help them?
Okay. So, like you've said, it is just one out of so many, and it's not the standard. It is not healthy, truly, because truly, the child or the children should be brought up in an atmosphere of love, so that they can learn when it's time for them to actually get into this institute of marriage. So it's a very tough one. You have two adults, male and female, in the same house, living in different rooms, and it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. What I want to say is that it won't last. Yeah, it won't last. It won't last for too. It won't last for too long, and it's not going to help the child, because you find out that for any small misunderstanding that comes, you will see somebody flaring up like a volcano just erupting. Because thinking about the person I've done now, we don't even know what happened to cause them to say, okay, we want to be apart, but staying in the same house with a child and pretend as if nothing is going on. That child is not being, because that love, like she said, we are all humans, and the reason why we have someone, like the Bible says, two are better than one, because they provide warmth for each other. Okay, so you're feeling cold now, and maybe you're crying or something emotional happens, and because you're separated, I can't do it. Child is like, this is not what I see, this is not what, so what is going on? So in a way, that child's mindset is being messed up. So it's not a healthy environment to bring up a child or to co-parent in that way. If you are not married, yes, or you're divorced, just stay aside. Let the child know that, look, I'll be coming from time to time. You know, we will have a plan where I'll take you out, or we will go out together. You know, it makes the child more comfortable, and the child getting to know that, okay, yeah, my parents are no longer together, but I know that because of me, they have to do stuff with me, and just to make sure that, look, I am well nurtured so that it doesn't happen to me. So truly, that picture you painted, it will not really help that child. I'm not saying they are not okay. They might not have a better understanding than we do, but hey, it is not a very healthy relationship, because it won't last for too long, because we are humans. We are not firewood. There is blood that runs through our veins. So regardless of what profession you are in, whether you are a monk or you are the opposite, I mean the opposite person is next to you, there is no telling. There is one day something will happen. And let's assume the child know that this, and then something now happen, now sit up together, but surely you said this. So in a way you are messing up that child's mind. So I think it's better, like she said, just stay aside if you know, look, we are not doing this marriage thing anymore. Let the child know, let people also know. It helps that child to be confident when two of you are there, because for him, you are real to him. You are not pretending.
Okay, now, you've just said something, and that brings me to a question that came into my mind. What are those common mistakes parents do in the course of co-parenting, and then the challenges that come with it? Because this one now, for me, I see it as a challenge, and it's something like you said, they will have to deal with themselves. Just like what Olori was saying, this is somebody you once loved, and then you're coming to the house, seeing the person in the sitting room, and you remember those memories of how, exactly, and then you just march past. You're killing yourself emotionally. Like,
torture. It's torture.
I don't, but it's anyway, torture. It works for them for now. For now,
it won't last too long.
But what are those common mistakes now for parents who are practicing co-parenting? What are those common mistakes and the challenges that, even those that, because we have parents that are still planning to go into co-parenting, as we are talking, you're already in that process, having that talk. So what are those challenges they are likely to face, and the mistakes, that it's very easy to say, we'll co-parent together, but when the real time comes,
when rubber hits the road,
that's when you face reality.
Wow. Yes, very, very, very valid question. There are challenges in it, and also co-parenting too has its own challenges. But like I said earlier on, once we have understanding and there is love, we'll be able to sort ourselves out. But one mistake that co-parenting, if we can find in co-parenting, it's when understanding is lacking, and you want to correct maybe the other spouse in front of the child. Maybe the spouse said something you didn't like, or maybe he said something that is like opposing what you said, and you want to prove that I know what I'm saying in front of that child. That is a mistake, and the child will be keeping scores and be seeing these people really serious. See the way they are arguing. The child, because they are very sensitive. It's very, very sensitive, because they have friends and they talk. Children talk. They tell, this is my mom, my dad, my mom did. They talk to each other. So your mom did it. Why?
This is what they do.
So it's something that they need to watch out for. Once there is something being said and it's not too well with you, there is a way. Of course, when we grow up with our parents giving us sign, was this sign language. We see some of your parents or your mom just maybe blink the eye. You understand what? But these gens, you don't understand those signs.
Why are you blinking your eye?
So without blinking, the person knows, okay, we can take this offline. When we are alone, we can discuss this. There's a way you can just bring something to just, douse it. Let's look at this. Let's move forward. It's always making the child look that it's progress. We don't do the blame game. You are at fault. No, it's very toxic in front of the children, that you are throwing blame on the woman, throwing blame on the man. You are supposed to be the man of the house, supposed to be and that child is just looking. What kind of parents are this? So that mistake should be avoided. That you want to correct your spouse or your co-parent in front of the children, it's a wrong way to go. There are ways you can do it without being disrespectful, because sometimes this thing comes with hurt. you know, you now remember, just like what you said, memory is something we have. We don't suffer amnesia unnecessarily. Memory is always there. So maybe the person said something that now sparks a memory of what had happened in the past. You now say that's what, you know, it destroys that parenting stuff.
In the process of co-parenting, I want to ask, how do you manage the fact that that child at that particular point in time goes from the mother to the father? How do you manage this relationship so that whatever it is you're doing, just like you said, but this is what mommy said, this is how my own daddy will say it, this is what, because children, like you said, they put scores to everything. They're always marking scores. And they will take advantage of the fact that you're not together.
Yes, that's that.
I will ask for Daddy, I need this. And the child will go back to mommy. Mommy, do you know you can help me with so thing? Meanwhile, he has already collected from daddy. Or he knew, definitely daddy may not give him, but the mom will. How do we manage this kind of crisis so that it will not degenerate to something that the child start taking or the children start taking advantage of and robbing it on the fathers and the mother? How do we manage?
So in a way, jamming their heads together. It all comes down to working as a team. You know, you don't do anything without involving the other partner. That will help, because these children, they are so smart and they are champions in manipulation.
I love that word. Champions in manipulation.
They know how to have their way. They study the father, study the mother, and then they know the weak points. Now we might think they take their time. You might say, no, like what they are watching, they are calculating. Okay, this is how, okay, I know what to do. Come to mom and say this, you know, you are this. You know, first of all, make her feel good, make her mommy, you are the best mommy, you know, just to make her lose her guard. These children are very clever, and then make the request, and then the child, oh yeah, because you know. Now, what you do, yes, I thank you for the compliment, but you just give me a moment. You don't need to say, let me confirm from your dad, because if you say that, look as if you don't trust me. Just give me a moment. I'll get back to you, and then you call the co-parents. Okay, this is what child is saying. So it just came to me now. He just said this. Oh, okay. So these children are trying to be smart. Yeah. Okay, this is what we will do. Because it's a teamwork. It's 12 of you. Now, this child is just trying to take advantage of what some of the loopholes he or she had observed and seen. But you know, when you communicate with each other, it helps a long way. It goes a long way to help you guys know how to approach, know how to engage the child. And then here you call up the other, your co-parent, and it's okay. The child said, I've said this. Okay, what do you think? Even though you know what you want to do, so you look as if you are the one that you know.
The boss,
So okay, the same goes for the man as well. The child has asked for this, but I want to get your opinion. You know, it makes that co-parenting relationship very interesting. That we are communicating, we are on the same page. That the child doesn't take us unawares. We know whatever the child is saying to you, I also know. So we know when we are together, we are talking. And when the child begins to say that, I didn't tell that this one, but that is referring, these people, they are together, they are a tag team. I can't penetrate, I can't break them. The child will just accept and say, okay, let me just stop playing these games and just live a life they are trying to bring me up.
Okay, what would be advice to parents who like to play the game, as in try to go the opposite direction? You know, because my son is my son, my daughter is my daughter, I'm the father, I know what my daughter deserves, and she deserves the best. Meanwhile, the mother is trying to be prudent and say, you may not be here all the time, and even if you are here, let me just try and manage this. And the father is like, anything you need, ask me. What's your advice to this kind of parents?
And then it makes the mother feel stingy. The child starts seeing the mother like, or the other one as.
And that doesn't mean the mom doesn't
have yes. It's just
that she's trying to train
to be prudent in.
So what would be your advice to this kind of parents?
Okay, my advice to those kind of parents is that yes, you have what you want to do. But don't do it at the detriment of the other partner, so that the child doesn't begin to feel warm towards you and then feel hatred towards the other partner. It's not going to be healthy, because you're not going to be there all the time. So what are you trying to pass to this child when you are not there? That means you are trying to make him become somebody who you didn't plan for him to be, but you don't know that. Look, your little saying this or saying that, making him feel, no, it's my child, let him see me as the good one and see the mother that is stingy one as the bad one. So it is not healthy. You're not helping the child. Put the child in front of you. Consider, what I'm doing, is it going to help this child, not just for today but for tomorrow? How will it impact the mom, or how will it impact the father if I take this step without engaging him or without involving him? So it's involving the other partner. That is the only way you can help the child, because the truth is, it takes two to tango. It takes two to produce a child. It takes two to train a child. So it's not just one person's job. Of course, we know we are in a society today where the weight of the nation is not supporting this co-parenting thing. It's mother's job. It is the women that will take care of the children. I should have my own way doing my things. It's not so. There is no stamp put on the women that you are the sole person. Responsibility is to take the child, care of the child, and that's why this topic is very, very important. So I just advise that the parents cooperate. The parents work as a team, put their feelings aside, and look at this child is the person we are focusing on. How do we want this child to grow? How do we want the child to be? It's a discussion between the two parents, so that they can be their best. Even though we know they are not perfect, they make mistakes. If they can adjust, the thing is just be open and to communicate clearly. That is what I think they should do.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We have been discussing building a positive co-parenting relationship, and of course we have no other person who has been in this business for 24 years to have this conversation with us. There are times where, everybody, that period has come where they'll play, and he has girls, girls, and you know that daddy has the soft spot for all of them, so they'll always pinch here, yes. And thank you so much. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for the words of wisdom.
Thank
It's time for us to move on, but it's time for us to also remind you that we have this for some of our viewers out there. I am somebody. Can you see?
Yeah.
I am somebody. And somebody is written by Dr. Fred B. Odutola. I don't want to give you the info right now.
Okay, I'm going to give the mic one.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
From this book, I am somebody. So if you're somebody, it's time for you to just reach out to that number on your screen on our social media platform, and you will be a recipient of one of these books. And thank you to Dr. Fred B. Odutola for sending this out to us on Galaxy Television. We appreciate your write-up, and I will not give you the gift yet. Let me just keep it.
I have already gifted Mike.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
And give us our assistant class captain. He has gotten one.
Thank you so much,
Today is
Doctor.
another wonderful day, and like I said, open a new chapter of life as you rise up today, as you set out today. Don't forget, co-parenting is sweet if you co-parent it right. Right. Not pretentiously. Be right, be open. Don't do the politics kind of co-parenting. You favor this one, favor this one. No. Do it right, because a life is involved. And those lives are for our future. So please do it right. My name is Remino Lorado David. I wish you the very best of today. Love yourself, appreciate yourself, celebrate yourself, and extend your hand of love to others around you and all over the world.
Okay, yes, tomorrow is Wednesday, and we will be having a conversation on marriage, culture, and social expectations. This is September. The topics we are giving you, and before the year runs out, you will reshape yourself. So that we're going to be having that conversation tomorrow with our guest, of course. One of our season guests to be here to have this conversation with. Yes, we appreciate you, we love you. My name still remains Princess Joy Eyo Abu. And please, like Olori has said, call the numbers so that you can have a copy of those. This is the period you need to read to understand. We don't have a culture of reading. Please read. The book is free. We are not saying pay, we are gifting you. Yes, so call in so that you have a copy. Thank you very much and have a wonderful Tuesday with a difference. See you tomorrow. Bye.